This is the book of John, chapter 10, verse 22. And it was at Jerusalem, the feast of the dedication, and it was winter. Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahushai, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahushai. Yahweh is the name who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahushai is his son who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Wakar Kradash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who ruled well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And citation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai's sake. I'm Brother Samak from the GMS Miami camp. And yes, the reason why I brought out the book of John, chapter 10, verse 22, is because reports are coming in how archaeologists were able to find old tiles that date back to Hanukkah, all right? And these old tiles were ceramic tile fragments used in the construction of Greek fortress, all right? And this is history because the reason why they found a Greek fortress in Jerusalem is because you had that little horn, all right, that wicked one, Antiochus Epiphanes the Fourth, all right, who set up garrisons in our land, all right, and then defiled the temple, all right. And you can read that and you know, I'll get it. You can read that in the book of Maccabees, all right. And you also can read in the book of Daniel chapter 8, all right. But the point is, hey, Yahushai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, all right, he recognized the Feast of Dedication, okay? Because the Feast of Dedication, all right, was the liberation, all right, of our people from these heathens, these Edomites, which they were calling themselves Greeks, okay? You had Judas Maccabees, who led the charge in liberating, all right, our people from these devils, man. So let's get into this. All right, hey, everything's coming out because we're in the last days. So, hey, the Feast of... Bro, let's go back. So what is the Feast of Dedication? One more time. John chapter 10, verse 22. And it was at Jerusalem, the Feast of Dedication, and it was winter. You go into Feast of Dedication. It says it right here. It says dedication, consecration. In particular, the annual feast celebrated 8 days, all right, beginning in the 25th of Kislev, middle of December. Well, all right, is that according to the moon or is that according to the Gregorian calendar? All right, because according to the moon, all right, Hanukkah was in November, all right? And that's why our high holy days are according to the moon, all right? Because it's the moon that establishes our seasons and our high holy days. All right, that's why in the book of Genesis, I'm not going to get it. The Lord said He made the sun and the moon for signs and seasons. Okay, you know, I'll get it. I don't want to butcher it. Right, here we go. Genesis 1 and 14. And the Most High Power Yahweh said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. There you go. Okay? So that's how we know, all right, what high holy day to honor, all right, to worship. Okay? We have our high holy days. And Christmas is not a high holy day. All right? The Messiah, who the word in he calls Jesus, all right, his name is Yahushua, was not celebrating Christmas, okay? He was participating in Hanukkah, okay? But right here is the point. Instituted by Judas Maccabees in memory of the cleansing of the temple from the pollution of Antiochus Epiphanes, you see? So there you go. So the Feast of Dedication, okay, which is also known as Hanukkah, all right, was well known during the time when the Messiah was walking the earth, for you plantation Christians out there, okay? So let's go down to this article. It says, a pile of ancient ceramic roofing tiles found. What the hell is going on here? Shaitan got to do his one too. Bear me one moment. Well, this is interesting. Let me reload it again. Here we go. A pile of ancient ceramic roofing tiles found at a national park in Jerusalem may be linked to the history of Hanukkah. Archaeologists made the discovery during the evacuations of City of David National Park, located outside the walls of the Old City of Jerusalem, according to the Facebook post by the JJ Antiquities Authority announcing the finding. The 16 tile fragments, which date to around the 2nd century BC during the Hellenistic period, okay? You got to know the history, all right? So, okay, when you read Paul's writings and he talks about Greeks, okay, there's no difference between Greek or Jew. He's talking about the Hellenistic, all right, the Hellenized Jews, all right, those that were in a Hellenistic state of mind, all right, because, hey, it's going to say it right here. Are the oldest roofing tiles ever found in Israel, and were brought there during the reign of the Greek Hellenistic king described in the Hanukkah story. According to the story, Antiochus IV Epiphanes invaded Jerusalem, defiled the temple, and prevented Jews from practicing their religion, which ultimately led to the Maccabean revolt. Right, you got to go to the book of Maccabees to get that, all right? So this is how a lot of our people became Gentiles, heathens, all right? Hellenized because of this decree. So now let's get the book of Maccabees. First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 41. So the Apocrypha, the book of Maccabees, is part of the Bible, all right? First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 41, and it proves that the Bible is the truth. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people. There you go. There's a decree. 42. And everyone should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion and sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath. Right. Okay. And all it takes 1 to 2 generations. All right. And you'll forget your culture, your customs. All right. And you'll start worshiping idols and customs of the land that you were born in. Okay? It's just a fact. Just like here in America. Okay? The customs and the culture that's being pushed here is not ours. It's of these Edomites. They're the ones that pushed it onto us. All right? You see that all throughout slavery. All right? And when Gad and Reuben were being taken down. All right? And being what they call assimilated. It's the same thing. And when I say Gad and Reuben, I'm talking about the so-called Native Americans, because the so-called Native Americans were not celebrating Christmas. Okay, to you Edomites, you so-called white people came over here. All right, you devils. You put that shit on to our people. You push that bullshit. Anyway, continuing on. 44, for the king has sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judah that they shall follow the strange laws of the land. All right, so there you go. Now let's jump down to the forced part, okay? Oh, here we go. Well, I'll keep reading. 45, and forbid burnt offerings and sacrifice and drink offerings in the temple, and that they should profane the Sabbath and festival days. Right, and again, we know our festival days. Okay, we know our Sabbaths by the moon. Okay. Like tonight, we're going to have the Shabbat, okay? (46) And pollute the sanctuary and holy people. 47. Set up altars and groves and chapels of idols and sacrifice swine's flesh. That's that pig that a lot of our people love. All right. And unclean beasts. All right. Notice it says, and sacrifice swine's flesh and unclean beasts. All right. Because swine's flesh is unclean. 48. That they should also leave their children uncircumcised. Oh, now you know. All right. The reasoning about the circumcision, uncircumcision. All right, what the difference is now, okay? Because you had a lot of our people that took on to these customs. They didn't circumcise their children no more, okay? All right? So when you read uncircumcision in the Bible, all right, it's talking about the Israelites, all right? And make their souls abominable with all manner of uncleanness and profanation. 49, to the end they might forget the law, right? And that's what happened. We forgot the law, okay? Because it was beat out of us. It was forced for us to forget, okay? And change all the ordinances, right? Ordinances of what? The law, statutes, and commandments that the Lord gave us, the Israelites. 50, and whosoever will not do according to the commandment of the king, he said, he should die. There you go. Okay? So this is why there had to be the Maccabean revolt. Judas, all right, was raised up to go to war, man. Against the Seleucid Empire because of this shit. And look, they found artifacts. Okay? Going into the history. So Antiochus IV Epiphanes invaded Jerusalem, defiled the temple, and prevented Jews from practicing their religion. We just read in Maccabees, which ultimately led to the Maccabean revolt. The event is commemorated as part of the Jewish holiday Hanukkah. Right, let's get that. All right, because this is after Jews Maccabees was able to remove the Seleucid army, which one of the generals, one of the heads was Lysias, right? Yeah, see, 35. This is 1 Maccabees chapter 4, verse 35. Now, when Lysias saw his army put to flight, and the manliness of Judas' soldiers, and how they were ready either to live or die valiantly, he went into Antiochia and gathered together a company of strangers, and having made his army greater than it was, he proposed to come again into Judea. Then said Judas and his brethren, behold, our enemies are discomfited. Let us go up to cleanse and dedicate the sanctuary. All right, this is where the history of Hanukkah, all right, the Feast of Dedication, that Yahushai, okay, celebrated, all right? He participated, all right, in this high holy day, not Christmas. Upon this all, the hosts assembled themselves together and went up onto Mount Zion. And when they saw the sanctuary desolate, and the altar profane, and the gates burned up, and shrubs growing in the courts as in a forest, or in one of the mountains, yea, and the priest's chambers pulled down, they rent their clothes and made great lamentation and cast ashes upon their heads and fell down flat to the ground upon their faces and blew an alarm with the trumpets and cried on toward heaven. Then Judas appointed certain men to fight against those that were in the fortress until he had cleansed the sanctuary. So he chose priests of blameless conversation, such as had pleasure in the law. Right. These were Levites, okay? Because the Levites are known for all about the law. All right, lawyer. That's what the word the lawyer means, joined on to me. All right, and that's why they were known for always going into the law. All right. And who were they joined on to? The Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right. It said 43, who cleansed the sanctuary and bare out the defiled stones into an unclean place. And when as they consulted what to do with the altar of burnt offerings, which was profane, they thought it was best to pull it down, lest it should be reproached to them because the heathen had defiled it, wherefore they pulled it down. Right. Because that's what Antiochus did. He went and defiled the temple. That's why the war kicked off. All right. To get them out, to get these heathens out. All right. That's, hey, man. There is no unity. There is no joining hands with the heathens, all right? The Lord is not about that, man. He's about his people, all right? And his people following his ways, and that's it. You heathens have no participation in this, man, okay? And laid up the stones in a mountain of the temple in the convenient place until they should come a prophet to show what should be done with them. Hey, and the top prophet was Yahushua, okay? And he came during the time of the Romans. Then they took whole stones according to the law and built a new altar according to the former, and made up the sanctuary and the things that were within the temple and hallowed the courts. They made also new holy vessels, and into the temple they brought the candlestick and the altar of burnt offerings and of incense and the table. And upon the altar they burned incense and the lamps that they were upon the candlestick they lighted, and they might give light in the temple. Furthermore, they set the loaves upon the table and spread out the veils and finished all the works which he had begun to make. Now on the 25th day of the ninth month, which is called month Kasali, in the 148th year, they rose up betimes in the morning and offered sacrifice according to the law upon the new altar of burnt offerings which they had made. Look at what time and what day the heathen had profaned it. Even that was it dedicated with songs and cithars and harps and cymbals. Right, it was a celebration. Then all the people fell upon their faces, worshiping and praising the Most High of heaven, who had given them good success. And so they kept the dedication of the altar 8 days and offered burnt offerings and gladness and sacrifice deliverance and praise. They decked also the forefront of the temple with crowns of gold and with shields, and the gates and the chambers they renewed and hanged doors upon them. Right, this is our high holy day, not Christmas. Thus was there very great gladness among the people, for that the reproach of the heathen was put away. Point. Here's the point. 59. Moreover, Judas and his brethren with the whole congregation is ordained that the days of the dedication of the altar should be kept in their season. That's why we have the sun and the moon, mainly the moon, to know what season we're in, what time, okay, period we're in, what part of the year we're in. From year to year, by the space of 8 days, from the 25th day of the month Kasar, with mirth and gladness. All right? So there you go. Okay? Is there any more on this? But I think we got the point. So, oh look, the new founding confirms the presence of Seleucid Greeks in the city during this time period. Right? Until now, we had a little material evidence for the presence of the Seleucid Greeks in Jerusalem. Well, the evidence is all in the Bible. All right? See, that goes to show you, like, these devils, they need archaeology finding to prove the validity of the Bible. All right? But guess what? The elect don't need that. The elect, okay, have the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua upon them, and all they do is, okay, read the scripts. All right? It's plain. So there you go. So, hey, last one, and I'll close out with this one. Habakkuk. Well, let's do this. Amos chapter 5, verse 21. To you plantation Christians out there, all right, and you Jakes that's still celebrating Christmas and all these other bugged out holidays, okay? This is what the Lord says about them. Amos chapter 5, verse 21. I despise your feast days and will not spell in your solemn assembly. So the Lord said he hates your Christmas. He hates your New Year's. He hates your Valentine's Day, all right? He hates your 4th of July. Comprende? Last one, Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 14. For the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord as the waters cover the sea. There you go. And this is an example, all right? Hey, these archaeologists they found these ceramic tiles, these Greek fortresses dating back, all right, to the Hellenistic period, more specifically when that little horn, Antiochus Epiphanes IV, all right, came into our land, into Jerusalem, all right, and defiled the temple, all right, and he set up garrisons in there, okay? He set up his fortress there, all right, and that's why Judas Maccabees had to go to war, all right, and he won. He was able to kick the Seleucid dynasty army out, okay, clean the temple, and then set up a high holy day, which the Messiah, who were in he calls Jesus, Yahweh Shai, all right, recognized, understood, and participated in, because that's part of our custom, our culture, all right? That's our high holy day. So Lord willing, let's edify. I want to give all praise and all glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who ruled well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And citation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai's sake. Love you, brothers. Keep it door, keep the faith, keep pushing, keep fighting, keep studying. Pray without ceasing. Pray for each other. Pray for the apostles and elders. As you can see, most out of here. For the few that are watching, keep studying when you pray. Pray to cover Shalom and a bottle ball.